Like I tried to set up like this. So I was reading, again, these are all things I read, and I read from watch too many golf instructions. They said, Sean Foley had said, you feel this weight on your left, but keep your sternum slightly behind the ball because you don't want to be ahead of it.
Yeah. If we were, this is just more for my camera, and we'll probably address this later. If I was just to draw a straight line to the, basically to the flag, okay, I think that's pretty good there. You get into yourself. You don't have to follow that at all. It's just more for my reference.
I'd probably be reasonably square on that line.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you.
Here, I think it's going to be long, so I try and go a little more upright.
Yep.
And then try and hit it a bit closer to the ball.
Let's have a look at a few.
Oh, God. Like that. Like that. And then I'll do that, and I'll send him into double bogey, and I'll be like, ugh.
Yep. But that would be pretty common where you, would you say you felt like you hit behind that too much?
No,
or you just felt like you hit it a bit thin?
Thin.
Yep. Okay.
Now that was definitely behind.
Yep.
Just
a few more. Yep. I mean, this is going to be pretty simple to start with. Okay, so we're going to do two things with this shot. I'm going to firstly, I'm going to put you in my shoes to show you how I would set up to hit the shot. So kind of create these foot marks. That would be my kind of ball position there. And then we're going to just lean, would say the sternum and even the lower body kind of into that position. So something like that there. I also want, because this is a little bit of a firm base, we're going to have the hands just a little bit more forward like that, which means the shaft will feel like it's about on that line. Yeah, now come and stand right in there. You can see my foot marks. Yeah. Yep. Does that feel much different to where you were?
Yeah, the ball feels far more centered.
Good. Yep.
Kind of.
Yep. And
centered. The hands slightly here.
Yeah, match the shaft. You can see that line I drew in the sand where the shaft was like, yeah, forward, even more. Yeah, good. And lean into it just a touch more. Okay, so there's your setup. I want you to keep the club in the sand. You're not going to let it like come out. So basically like a stab. And I also want you to feel like your chest kind of covers your left foot going through. That's it.
Like the chip shots.
Yep. Like the chip shots, like the full swing. Different?
Yeah. I feel like the ball's off the center.
Okay.
The hands are ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Club face is even like ball somehow.
Yep, that's all fine. So I really want you to get quite aggressive with how you're covering the ball with the chest. So do a little practice swing and just go over the ball. Yep. Nice. And what I would say is you're not hitting, well, your thin shots, as you probably know, are actually because the low point's back first and then it hits up. So it's like a drop kick skull.
Yeah.
And then obviously sometimes you do. So everything's about the club head's just bottoming out way too far. So we almost want the feeling that we were doing the other day with the full swing. You feel like you're kind of going almost like a cut shot on the way down. Club gets outside, chest covers the ball, like that sort of sensation. You actually need more, what I would call, and especially in this sort of bunker, it's quite firm, more stab and shaft lean versus like more bounce and kick.
And the tough part for me is figuring out what to use in which place.
Yeah, well, that can be tough, but that's a little bit more to do with like, yeah, depth of the sand, texture.
Like the toes of the bunker tends to be quite fine and powdery.
Yeah.
So in that, I would probably keep the same ball position, change my hands a little bit?
Potentially, yeah. And it would be, more like maybe a slightly fuller swing, slightly bigger finishes, that sort of thing. But you don't tend to keep the club in the sand for too long here, so that we're not at any risk at this stage of getting too deep. Beautiful. I'm almost want you to feel like you're getting so far in front and left that you're going to catch the ball first. That's almost the sensation that I'm trying to give you here.
Like that.
Yep, exactly. Just let me jump in there for 2 shots and I'll just explain, and then I'll let you kind of go for it. So this is a good way to think about your, your firm bunker lies versus your soft bunker lies. So I've got that pretty much there on the hard pan.
Yeah.
Yep, so that'd be the most firm lie. So with this, I need to get close to the ball. I need to create steep. So I might move the ball back a touch. I'm going to lean into it. And I'm going to create a little bit more of that sort of action where I just almost stab it. I'm not really going to let it go too much here. It's just more of here. That was at the ball. Okay, so it's kind of more like that. Then we've got the one that sits like on top of the sand. Definitely there I could have the ball a little less back. I'm definitely going to have the hands a bit more neutral. I still want my chest to go through, but I'm going to let the club kind of come up. So that's kind of like the main difference. Like more of that sort of a shot. So that should be sort of like the, like you asked a question like the difference between sand, that could be like the 2 different ways that you kind of look at playing it. Both of those though, the low point needs to be a lot closer to the ball than what you were doing before. But still that same feeling of the chest going through, just gonna let the club come up. Beautiful, that was nice. So different to what you're doing at the start.